All right, so I'm teaching this class. I got like 12 girls in my class. I got no space in the gym. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. I mean, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I don't know where I'm supposed to be doing that. And so my supervisor comes over and she's like, hey, let's build a circuit. We're gonna go put it on the tumble strip. We're gonna set all this other stuff up. Hula hoops, jump things, and tunnels, and blah, blah, blah. All right, cool, wonderful. I let her set up the circuit, and I don't know anything about circuits really, in the structure of building them. Everything looks like great. Got 12 kids in my class, okay? She puts a handstand at the end of the circuit. Now I'm not thinking anything of this. She starts the circuit going, and you can imagine all the fast stuff is at the beginning, and I didn't know this, so she's going, boom, circuit's happening, kids jumping over things, jumping over hula hoops, crawling through tunnels, da-da-da, handstand. Can you imagine what's happening? There's a line starting to build up, because the time the kid comes up the handstand, the next kid's there, and the next kid's there, and the next, pretty soon you got this backed up traffic light, and all of a sudden she starts yelling at them. She's just like, move faster, you gotta go, what are they gonna do? They gotta go up a handstand, and the next kid gets in line, come back down, and they gotta go up a handstand, and the next kid's down. And so, you know, why are you yelling at these kids? But move faster. And that's what got me thinking about circuits. There's gotta be a better way to do circuits. This is episode 4 of the Gymnastics Experience. I'm Raleigh Carter. We're talking about the circuits format. Circuits. Circuits is simply, it's kind of like stations, okay? Obstacles or objects that are gonna be happening in some sort of pattern, and the students are moving fluidly through them. They're circuiting, okay, through them. There's not supposed to be a traffic jam. There's not supposed to be some line stopping. They just gotta continuously move. Now, constructing your circuit is a little bit more trickier than some people might imagine. We've all built a circuit in one way or another, obstacle courses, but we've all done a circuit. And so, you gotta think about the construction. For starters, you need to put the most difficult part of the circuit first. That way you can stand at the beginning and help the student do that most difficult part, and then you can also control the flow of the circuit. If you see that there's a line backing up in your circuit, you can hold the kid there and be like, hey, let's just do it a couple more times. And then once you see it clear up, you can say, okay, go ahead and go. And you can take the next kid, all right, let's do this thing a couple more times, okay, go ahead and go. So now you're controlling the flow of the circuit. You want to stick the easiest thing at the end. So you want to build it most difficult to most easy so that it flows nicely. The other aspect of circuits is that you want to make sure that the pattern that the students are moving through actually makes sense. You don't want zigzag lines. You want a nice flow of either a circle or a square, but a simple shape that they can follow. Sometimes people get into these zigzag crazy patterns and the kids get confused and end up skipping steps, and it's just crazy. So you want to have a simple pattern that the student can follow through the circuit. Those are the two main pieces of building a circuit to really help the construction of the circuit make the flow most effective, essentially, in your teaching format. The other aspect of circuits is that you gotta make sure that the students actually know what they're doing in the circuit. You're not actually gonna teach a new skill in the majority of your circuit because students are moving through from one to the next to the next. They don't have time to really learn something. A lot of people build circuits and they just build hard, difficult things that the student has never done before, and then they're kind of stuck on all the pieces going, what am I supposed to do here and what am I, you don't have time in a circuit to teach anything. All you have time for a circuit is to improve what the student already knows. So you got to make sure that the circuit is built with things that the students already know. If anything, they're going to learn something with you at the very beginning, and that's about it. So all the pieces in the circuit need to be something that the student can actually do, and you need to know that the students can actually do this. Really, circuits is not the best teaching format to actually learn a new skill. It's the best place to refine something the students already know, or something that they're physically capable of doing. Now there's 3 different types of circuits. You have same skill circuits where you have maybe all blocks, and the students do straight jump, straight jump, straight jump, straight jump, and then they do tuck jumps all the way through, and then straddle jumps. And so it's the same skill all the way through, and then you can monitor as the students are going, build it up harder and harder. You also have a deconstructive skill circuit, very much like stations, where you can say, okay, we're doing a cartwheel, and you have step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, hey, it's a cartwheel. But here's the problem, if you do the cartwheel at the end of the circuit, you're gonna slow it down. So you've gotta put the entire skill at the beginning, spot the students in it, help them, and then let them practice the pieces that build into the cartwheel. That's how you want to deconstruct when you use a circuit. Then you have unrelated skill circuit, and that's simply like an obstacle course, what you see like in preschoolers. Hey, jump here, crawl here, you know, turn, roll here, something, and it's just unrelated. You oftentimes can also use this unrelated skill circuit as a conditioning program as well. Another way to use circuits, and the way I like to use it, and it's a big challenge, is When you change something in the circuit, if you change too many steps at once, the students aren't going to be able to remember. So if I have 4 blocks and I say, okay, everyone, we're doing straight jumps up the circuit, to give them a new experience, I'm only going to change one thing. And it's going to be the thing that's right with me. I'm going to say, okay, we're going to do a tuck jump here, but still straight jumps on all the other blocks. And then as everyone goes through, I'm going to say, great, now you're going to do a straddle jump with me and tuck jumps on all the other blocks. See, this way I'm testing them on what can you do, and I'm allowing them to do something that I've already tested them on. So then they do a straddle jump with me, a tuck jump on all the other blocks, great. Now they do a pike jump with me, and they do a straddle jump on all the other blocks, because I've already seen everyone straddle jump. This way I can make sure that the student doesn't get stuck, or I'm putting them in an unsafe situation that I haven't examined. If I say, let's do straight jumps on all the blocks, and then I say, cool, let's do tuck jumps on all the blocks, but a student struggles with a tuck jump, well, they have to move through the circuit. That means they're going to struggle at every single block. That is not setting them up for success. But if I say do a straight jump at all the blocks, do a tuck jump with me, and a straight jump with all the blocks, I can find which students struggle, and then I can modify according to their needs. Maybe some students I say, hey, you're gonna do tuck jumps on all the blocks, and I say another student, do a tuck jump with me, you're still doing straight jumps on all the other blocks. That way I can meet the students where they're at, instead of just kind of building something to hope it works. The other thing about circuits is you don't want to teach too much new information. So as you're building your circuits, you gotta keep in mind what your students already know, so that all the pieces are not something new. If they're just learning what a pike jump is, and they've never done a pike jump before, then you can only put a pike jump with you. You can't say now go try it by yourself if it's gonna fall apart and they're gonna forget what a pike jump is. Or if they've never done a pike jump before and you don't even show them, you say, hey, we're doing pike jumps on this block, straddle jumps over here, and the kids don't even know what you're talking about, they're gonna spend more time saying, hey, what's a pike jump? What am I supposed to do here? And then you've gotta go re-explain it. Okay, that's basically the essence of how to use a circuit. Circuits are great on majority of all events, other than probably beams, parallel bars, rings to some extent. The things that you have to mount and dismount and take a while to get on and off, you don't really want to put in a circuit. You don't want somebody to climb up on a beam, hop off that beam, go to the next beam, hop off that beam, it's not really the best effective way to build a circuit. Now it can happen, and usually more advanced athletes, it's okay if they're going from floor to low beam to high beam and they have this circuit going. But for younger kids who take a while to climb on a beam and hop off, you're spending more time getting up and off something. So you gotta know really when and where to use your circuit most effectively. Let me know how you use the circuits, write in the comments below. Tell me if any of this stuff helped you at all. Remember, we're gonna talk more in depth about circuits, and I'll give more examples and show you in later videos. Remember to subscribe so we can keep this conversation going and learn how to improve our coaching process and all these formats that we're trying to work on. Awesome.